Welcome to episode 7 of my tiny house trailer. The walls are finally done now. That means that most of the construction is done. And I cannot tell you how happy I am that this huge mountain of work is finally behind me. It always looks so quick in the videos, but I can tell you the last couple weeks were pretty rough. And I am so pleased with how everything came out. Before I show you the footage of my progress, let's take a look at the construction and the different materials that I used for the walls. We are starting from the outside in, so this is a ventilated wooden facade made of spruce. Underneath the spruce comes this ceiling layer. It's semi-permeable, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It means it won't let water in, but water can go out. So if you have moisture in the walls, it can vapor out of the ceiling, but it cannot enter the ceiling. On top of that is our framework, and in between the framework is our insulation. I chose this eco-friendly stuff. It's wood fiber from the Black Forest. Very dusty, but kind of nice to work with, and it's not glass wool, so it's a lot friendlier to your skin and to your breathing. On top of the insulation comes another layer of semi-permeable sheeting, and that is this vapor break. And on top of the vapor break, I added some battening, and that is so our final layer of tongue and groove boards is not sitting directly onto the vapor break, and that means air can circulate behind that as well. So all these different layers lead to a very eco-friendly and breathable wall construction. So the way that this wall construction works is that all the moisture in the room that comes from breathing or water cooker or whatever, it can enter the wall, but it's easier for the moisture to escape it than it is to enter it. So if there's moisture in the room, it will escape outside and not go back inside, if that makes sense. And that leads to a very nice room climate. You don't feel like you're living in a plastic bag. And living in such a small space, you will have a lot of moisture to deal with. So that's why I put a lot of effort into this wall construction. What I'm most excited about is to see if the insulation of 8 centimeters is enough to keep me warm in the winter and to keep me cool in the summer. But I really think it's plenty. But now let's take a look at the footage. this is how far I got in the last couple days. Just one quick side note about the electrical work. I prepared all the wires and I laid out where I need switches and wall sockets and light fixtures, and then I prepared the wires accordingly. But hooking up the wires and installing the switches and the wall sockets and all that will be done by a professional electrician. I'm not going to touch this at all. I am super afraid of, electrical fires and all that. So a pro will come in and do all that for me. I think that's the safest way to do it. So next week I will work on the floor and then I'm ready to move in. At least put my couch in there and sleep there before I start building the loft bed and all the other stuff that I still have planned. Thank you guys for watching and enjoy your Sunday. I want to take a second and thank Skillshare for sponsoring this week's video. Skillshare is an online learning community with over 17,000 classes. A premium membership at Skillshare costs about $10 a month. And that gives you access to over 17,000 classes in videography, photography, writing, and design. But if you want to check out the platform and see what they have to offer, click the link below, and the first 400 people who check out the site will get 2 months of free access to all of their video classes. So if you just want to see what they have in stock, click the link. I'm sure those spots will go fast, so yeah, be quick. And if you want my opinion, I would suggest visiting the class by James Victore about hand-drawn typography and poster design. I picked up a couple tricks from him. He's a great designer. I love him, I love his class, and I hope you enjoy it too. Alright, again, thank you Skillshare, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week with a new episode of my tiny house trailer.